Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group. Talk some real estate. That's what we're here to do today. While you're playing along, playing Would You Rather with us, again, thinking about chocolate. Maybe somebody's sitting there eating chocolate right now.
Somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah, somebody is eating some chocolate. It's lunchtime.
Yes.
Somebody's eating something good. But let's talk some real estate with you. That, again, is why we want to be here with you today. Got some great information for you. Now, again, especially if you are or you know someone that's renting, this is some great information here today. You're going to want to go down with this. You're going to want to talk to us and hear this information today. We're going to talk about how to. Anytime we do a how to, it's good, right? We're going to do how to say goodbye to renting.
Yes.
And hello to being a homeowner. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to give you some things, some tips and tricks, as Dave's alarm's going off here on us, telling you to breathe or something. You must be getting all uptight.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you some tips and tricks here to do that. So again, I'll get us cranked up here and started. You guys have anything you want to chime in on this? It makes it so much better when you do. So again, in addition to your Would You Rather, comment, let us hear what you got to say about this today. So again, how to say goodbye to renting and hello to being a homeowner. Here is one of the biggest things when we see, again, people that go from renting to buying. Here's probably one of the big, most overlooked things that you see that happens to many, many people that are out there, is they don't know all the costs that come with home ownership, which is a lot.
Yeah.
So again, here's the first tip we're going to tell you about today, is you want to focus on what you can afford.
Yes.
Now that's like a duh, right? Like no-brainer. We understand that. But I want to go a little deeper in that to make sure they understand what we're saying here. When I say focus on what you can afford, a lot of times we'll see people, especially coming from renting to buying, all right? Renting, we know there's one thing that you have there that you don't have over here when you're buying a house, and that's someone called a landlord.
Right? True, yeah.
Those landlords, depending on how you're renting, what you're responsible for, they could be responsible for certain things, maybe maintenances, maybe taking care of the grass, maybe if something tears up your heating and air unit, for example.
Right.
They may be responsible for that. It all depends upon how you're renting, but we will tell you most of the time it's that way, right? Especially if you're in an apartment complex, something like that. So when we say focus on what you can afford, here's what we're saying. A lot of people say, okay, my rent is $800 a month.
Hey, that was the number I was thinking of.
Okay, so we're on the same page here today.
Yeah.
So my rent's $800 a month. So I can go find a house that's $800 a month.
And I'm good.
Because I'm already paying that now, so everything's going to be good, hunky-dory, here we go, right?
Right.
That's true and untrue.
Yeah.
When you look at, and we're going to say this tip, focusing on what you can afford, there are, again, some other costs that's going to come with being a homeowner versus someone that rents. You got to think about taxes and insurance.
True.
Right? You have to think about maintenance on your home.
Yeah, that's a big
Whether
one.
that, again, is your heating and air goes out, which is going to be a big cost.
Yeah.
Getting the lawn mowed, whatever those are.
I'm going to say even just a lawnmower.
Are you going to have to buy?
Yeah.
Right. Are you going to have to
lawnmower.
purchase a lawnmower that maybe gives you another payment that you don't have now?
Right.
Those are the kind of things when we say focus on what you can afford, you want to make sure that you're looking at everything that involves and that is through into the hat with home ownership, because, again, there's more to it than just saying, give me $800.
Yeah, I'll take the same payment I got right now. Absolutely.
Sure. And a lot of people think, again, I'll go just down that road. And what ends up happening is you can get the $800 a month payment.
Right.
But then once things start happening, it puts you in, and we've used this word, we've used this term many, many times, house poor, right?
Absolutely.
You've got everything that needs to be done and nothing that can be done because you got this house payment.
Right. You can't go on vacation.
You didn't think about any of those
you can't
things,
afford to miss work.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, one day off work and you're going to be in bad shape.
Right.
I've told many, many people here, especially when you're looking at getting these homes, getting your house payment, look at what you can afford and back some things out of that. Back you some rainy day funds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look at those things and say, okay, I can afford this.
Right.
But what should I back out of there to be able to do those things?
Because, again, a lot of times you hear this from, we hear it a lot from people that come from duplexes and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, like you said, most of the time you got lower power bills there.
Right.
When you go out and start heating a house, cooling a house, you usually don't have those $110,
Absolutely.
heat
Absolutely.
pump bills. I mean, you're talking about you're getting up in a couple $100 couple $100.
Big time.
So, I mean, like I said, just, last year we had people getting on here saying they had $400 and $500 heat bills.
Right. And that's coming.
That's coming.
Yeah, that's coming like right now.
But again, that's things that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Especially, like I said, it's different if you're renting a house. You're kind of used to those things.
You're kind of used to those things.
But if you're renting a duplex, which most people are, living in an apartment complex, in a duplex, something like that, they're not used to having those big bills.
Absolutely.
They're kind of all set.
Yeah, and just the fact of it, again, a lot of times, people even just buying their first home, they don't really have any idea about what all those costs
Upkeeps.
are. I can remember that I didn't have a clue of any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Lord goodness, we woke up, we ain't got no heat.
Right.
I can't call somebody and get the help. Yeah, I can.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to be paying for it immediately.
Right.
And the thing about it is that money's got to be on hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to take IOU on it.
But by no means are we saying that's a bad thing.
No.
Because, again, you are paying a landlord.
Yes.
You're paying somebody.
Yes.
You're paying somebody else's mortgage payment.
Absolutely.
So 100%. Might as well pay your own.
Home ownership is still the way to go.
Yeah.
All we're trying to say is don't overextend yourself. Just because you may have an $800 payment now may not mean that you need an $800 payment when you go to purchase your home for the above mentioned things that we've already talked about.
Just take some things into consideration.
That's exactly right.
Just take some additional
100%.
things.
So we're talking about how to say goodbye to renting, some things you need to do, and hello to home ownership, things you need to think about, things you need to keep in mind. Again, this is what we do, right? We counsel people. We give people, again, information to try to help you make the right decisions in your life. Nor can we right now, nor ever, make the decisions for you. That's all on you, what you can afford. We don't even have a clue about those things. We're just going to give you some tips and tricks to things, and we like to do those things.
Things we've seen people who have bought over their head.
Yes.
That's the honest truth.
Yes.
They have bought over their head, and now 100%. They try to get out of it.
Yeah, we just had a call in the office just the other day. This person purchased a house 1 month ago, not from us. They purchased a house 1 month ago. Literally 1 month to the day that we got the call was when we saw that it closed.
Hadn't even made the first payment yet.
Had not made a payment. Called us because they couldn't afford the house. Wow. And wanted us to list it. So we go out to list it, and they wanted to sell it for $32,000 more.
And they bought it for last month.
You're kind of thinking, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hard
so again, first thing is focus on what you can afford. Don't get yourself in any kind of trouble. Be realistic about it. Home ownership is exciting.
It really is.
It's a good thing and it's exciting, but it can get so exciting that it makes you do things that you normally would not do, such as think, well, I'll cut out my candy fund because I'll take that extra $50 that I spend on candy and I'll put it on the house payment. Yeah. No, you ain't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even at that, people's like, well, they try to stretch themselves too far.
Right.
They're like, well, I'm comfortable at $800.
I'm with you.
But man, this house here, I can get it for $875.
Yep. So
$75 more bucks. I can come up with that amount.
I can go from here to here for $75.
Yeah.
No brainer.
I'm in it.
They forgot the first $800.
Right.
It ain't just $75.
It's now it's
more than that. Yeah, absolutely. So that's number one. What do you got for number two?
Number two is don't forget to check your credit report. This to me, I think, is a very crucial point that a lot of people get wrapped up in.
Right.
And again, I'm going to say that a lot of people think that they're just trying to save money to get a down payment.
Oh, yeah.
And they totally forget to even take into account their credit because they think, and I'm just going to be honest, you'll see some people that are associated with lenders or stuff like that will get on Facebook and post things that I think are a little misleading and sometimes untrue because they are making people think that they can do things that ain't really possible by putting I can do stuff for certain credit scores that really ain't true, So,
absolutely.
I mean, there's rules and guidelines that they have to go by. But I'm not going to say that it don't help that you have a down payment, but your credit score and debt to income are major factors.
Yeah.
So again, take a little extra time and check those. Check to make sure that, because again, a lot of times it's not stuff that's like majorly wrong, but it might show you having late payments on something that you pay on time.
Absolutely.
And that might be something that you have to dispute, and they will
get
change
it corrected.
Yeah,
you can get it corrected.
You can go on there. A lot of your credit card companies, they offer you a free credit score.
Absolutely.
Not saying those are always 100% correct, but they'll get you in the ballpark.
Kind of close.
So, but check those. Keep a regular check on those. And then that way you kind of done your homework before you ever go to a lender.
Right.
And you're going to kind of know. And again, just like yesterday, for instance, a good friend of mine, he's been working to get his credit built up. He thought he was where he needed to be.
Right.
We called the lender and said, hey, this is what his score's telling him. But the lender was going to be able to get his score up 31 points in 5 days if he would spend $104 on his credit card and pay it off.
Pay it off.
He's got to spend it, pay it off, and then in 5 days he could repull the score and it would go up 31 points.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And that was going to make him get him to where he was going to get a good rate because all that stuff goes into effect when your credit score.
Was it last week that we had the question about the interest rates really make a big deal? Absolutely, they did. Yeah. We talked about that.
So the better your credit score, the better your rate.
That's the better the rate. Yeah, I don't think we touched that part, but again, the better that score is, the better your rate is. But you would be shocked, like was it Equifax here just a while back? One of the largest credit reporting companies had that breach.
Oh yeah, well,
like all of that stuff happened.
Yeah, the identity theft.
All of those things. You look at that and say, could that happen to you? Yeah.
You 100%. Would be. I mean, to me, I'm surprised at the amount of people that don't keep a check on that.
Looking at that.
That's something I check regularly.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I do. I check mine regularly.
I just had a person just today. This is like just today. I didn't even think about this till you just said keep a check on it. Just today. I had a person come in our office right here and say there is a charge on their credit card from yesterday to today, and they didn't spend it. So they're calling right today and disputing that. But if you've ever had, which I have had this happen, unfortunately, people somehow, I don't know how, I don't have a clue how, it's way over my head, but they steal your information.
Right.
And you do get that identity theft. You do get someone takes your card, and you don't know it, and you're not watching that.
Yeah,
it can be a bad thing for you.
Yeah. So that's a side note, I guess. But ask your bank: do they provide some kind of protection to you? Because again, like you said, you've had it happen. I had it happen just a while back. Remember, somebody tried to spend $3,800 through Verizon, on my credit card.
Right.
So. I mean, I thought, what in the world are they buying from Verizon for $3,800? But anyways, you know, but my bank called me and said, "Hey, this charge.
Are you trying to do this?
Yeah, this is coming through. Is this something that you want to do?" But if not, there's a lot of these identity monitoring companies that 100%. What is that? Safe lock. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yep.
Maybe that's a.
LifeLock,
safe lock. What is that?
I don't know.
Hey, that get you in your car if you lock that?
So, yeah, I think so.
That's glass.
But yeah, they will watch it.
Yes.
They will watch it.
Right, so you might have to pay a little bit of money to get somebody to monitor that. Another thing that you can do to make sure that you're not going to be paying late payments is set your stuff up on auto pay.
Yes.
You know you're not going to be late that
100%.
way. But again, that is back to that late payments. That's something that you do see. Sometimes the credit agency will report your payment as late, and you know that it wasn't.
Right.
So that could go in and dispute those, and that could really boost your score because late payments hurt you.
They're a big thing. So again, we're talking today about how to go from renting to owning, how to go from paying that rent to owning your own home, some things that you need to look for. Okay, one of them is you need to focus on what you can afford. The second one is you need to keep a check on. If you ain't keeping a check on, you need to do it right now. You need to take a look at your credit score, your report. Make sure everything is reported
again, most of the time
correctly.
That's free.
Oh, yeah.
They don't cost you any money.
Yeah. You can do that in a lot of places. So that's two. If you've also just joined us, before we give you this last one here, we got a great Would You Rather question today. We would love to hear from you. Would you rather never have chocolate again, or would you rather never have any other kind of candy? You can have your chocolate, but no other candy. You got to keep your chocolate.
I'm sticking with chocolate.
Do the other candy.
I can take the Hershey syrup and just squirt it straight in my mouth.
I'm going with the field. Cole's going with chocolate.
Where's that Golden Corral? It's got that chocolate fountain.
Yeah,
go over and drink out of it.
Yeah, underneath it. So we've done the first two here of renting to ownership. Okay, here's the last one. Last one we're going to give to you is you need to work with professionals. Don't try to wing this on your own.
Right.
All right. When we say work with professionals, we're talking about people in this industry. That's realtors, that's lenders, that's mortgage people, that's home inspectors, that's appraisers. Work with people that this is their profession and that's what they do. Mm-hmm. They can help you. They can give you tips and tricks. They can lead you down, again, a lot of paths that maybe if you went down would be bad for you. They can help you steer clear of those things.
Right.
Remember, they're professionals. That's what they do. Get someone, look for someone. Interview many if you have to. Get someone that fits your personality. Right. They work the way you need things to work. Remember, you're calling the shots here.
Right.
That's the good thing.
You're
a lot of times, when people go into purchasing a home, they think, oh, I'm just like a little puppet and I'm going to be drug around. Absolutely not.
No.
Get a professional that's going to advise you, but also get someone that you're going to make sure they're going to listen to you.
Right.
They're going to have your best interests at heart. They're going to go look at and show you the things that you need for you and your family. Not you need a 3-bedroom, but I can get you this, a 2-bedroom, and you can make do.
Right.
Look at those kind of things. The people that are in this industry, the professionals, those are the kind of people that you want to work with.
Even, and I think it's been a while back, but I remember, I think I said this, is that a lot of times we have this call many times. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to start looking for houses,
right.
Okay, and I want to look up to 175,000. And so my question is, okay, how did you come up with 175,000? Have you spoke with a lender? Well, no, but my friend, my cousin, my aunt, my uncle, somebody, they bought a house for 175,000, and this is their payment, and I would be comfortable with that payment as well.
Right.
Things probably ain't identical on your report
sure.
and your income
right.
and all that as it is with theirs. Interest rates could be different when they bought theirs.
Absolutely.
So, again, a lot of times, and people get themselves pumped up.
Uh-huh.
They get themselves so pumped up, they know that they're coming from renting to buying.
Right.
They already know what they're going to go buy.
Yes.
They've already been looking at houses, saving houses on Zillow.
And how many times does that happen before they ever call us?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right? Like
so they know when they call to get in the house, they've already got a list of houses.
Yeah.
This is the ones I'm going to look at,
right.
and then you got to whoa back.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk to a lender first because this might not be the case.
Right.
And then it's Heartbreak City if it's not the case.
If it doesn't work,
it's all great if it is.
Right.
But if it's not, it's Heartbreak City
right.
because now for a month you've been looking at $175,000 houses on Zillow, mm-hmm. and your budget says you can only go 160.
Right. Difference. There's a difference.
Yeah.
You're going to see a difference in the house. You're going to see a difference, and so many things go into all of that.
Yes.
That's why we're saying work with a professional, a realtor, a mortgage person, all these people that will help bring this whole thing together.
Right.
Work with those people for leadership and guidance. On the buying side, the majority of the time, 99+% of the time, their services from those people, especially on the realtor side, are no cost to you to do those things.
Right.
So why would you not use the people that have the access to the information to be able to help you get those things?
Right.
That is, number 3, use a professional. It will help you more than about just anything else that you will do. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Like our old saying, if you're going to have some kind of medical stuff, go to a doctor.
That's right.
They're
Get those things done. Get those things done. So that
But
is...
they charge you a lot.
Oh, yeah. Exactly right. A whole lot. That is how you can say some tips and tricks how to say goodbye to renting and hello to home ownership. Should you be interested in or need any more information on any of this stuff that we've told you, feel free to give us a call, 423-307-8566.
Right here on the
We
screen.
will be glad to try our best to answer any questions for you, as a lot of you do always. Text messages, emails, Facebook messages, YouTube messages, any way you can get a hold of us, that is fine. Contact us that way. We really appreciate it. Hopefully,
I feel like Vanna White right here.
Hopefully we've gave you some good information today. We thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.